Alright, so back to this Roman stuff. I don't know where I stopped, but back to the script. Alright, so we're literally time traveling, y'all. Like literally, bro. It's loops. I can try to explain it the best I can. It'd be better if I was talking to somebody though. So, cause really I just be talking to myself. So, which is still collectively talking to you. Okay. So back to these Romans, bro. I know a lot of people might seem like it's a good thing that is getting switched over to another side. It's not, because at the same time, even if we was fugazled, a lot of people don't fucking know, and that's still our people. It's to the point I know and haven't fully done, but I was being spiritually attacked, which came to mental and all this extra shit. And part of it is my fault. Just I didn't have no one to talk to that actually was telling the truth. Like when you're in this type of shit, bro, throat chakra gotta be open. That's why your throat chakra is really powerful. It actually, on a physical, mental, and spiritual state, it opens up stargates in my eyes. I want to act all slow. I don't even know if this joint acting slow or not. But it opens stargates because, like, it gives blood, air to all the other chakras all around, from the crown to the feet. But anyways, getting back to point, I don't know, I gotta stay on my truth because the knowing, when you're dealing with your own truth, the brain picks up on truth and what is not true. When you lie to yourself and shit, and you be trying to find the truth, and you think someone else is telling you the truth, it's because you used to lying to yourself all the time and lying to other people. So your brain doesn't really fully pick up the truth and the lie because the soul knows. It operates in the knowing. But the operation of the knowing has to start with you operating in your truth. Then that's when you go third eye after the throat crown. But that's dead ass. That's just how that shit works. So my truth is this Western Empire still got family in the Eastern Empire. Then they still got family in the Turkish Empire. Then they still got family in the the uh uh the Byzantine Empire. All them empires that was going around Georgia, another colonized area in the Middle East. We got like 3 Georgias, bro, that I could think of off books. That's by Ukraine in that area, and Russia and whoop de whoop. By them Black Seas, Red Seas, whoop de whoop. Then you got the Georgia in America, North America. Okay. Then you have Prince George's counties and all this extra shit around DC, District of Columbia. So you go down to the District of Columbia, go a little further, you got another Georgia, a South Georgia. Okay? Clearly the North Georgia is in Atlanta. I mean, yeah, is Georgia in America. But the thing is, there's a something called Sandwich Island that ties to all this shit. by that South Georgia. And there's a whole bunch of scientists on that shit. You feel me? Just straight scientists. Nobody fucking stays there, but fucking scientists. Okay? And this is colonized under who? Obviously. Boom. Alright, so going back to point. This eugenics is going on right now. This eugenics was going on then. Straight eugenics. And you see how I'm glowing? My tint. Let me roll the window down real quick. Let's see this glow. Let's see that glow. This shit feel good too. Alright, so I'm gonna try to stay on point, okay? Well, I'm going to stay on point. Romans, bro, when they went to the east, okay, see, Ukraine is representing Constantinople. We're gonna say that, okay? We're trying to make a point here. So Ukraine in that area, Turkey, whoop-de-boop, because really the Nazi shit still been going on. The Jews is them. It's family ties too. For real. Like, I'm not trying to speak no hate. It's just if you put a group of them together, you will see the resemblance. Okay? And then put me there. Like, the shit OD. So look, there's eugenics going on, right? From here to here to here. It's really why they're fucking running. And a lot of shit that happened from that eugenics, which ties to now, because really there's no time. The time measures energy. So if they were active around a certain energy and we're entering that energy, that means they're going to be active. And whatever they did, they even get people like that active. And when we know animals ties to all diseases, okay, it's a cellular thing because it clogs, because it's a spike protein too. So yeah, they using the foods to spread that shit, xenobots and all types of shit. That's why you gotta get them dewormers, all types of shit. Feel me? You gotta get the wormers and all types of shit. But anyways, this cloning shit actually is real. This zombie shit is actually real. Demonic possessions and all this extra shit is actually real. It's just, you have to, like, spiritually be on the righteous side to prevail. Because if anything has ever showed you the righteousness, always do. Even though darkness comes back around. Because at the end of the day, the light and the dark supposed to, like, you know, it forms energy. You feel me? I mean, it forms a cycle. It's like a battery. You feel me? You got your positive, your negatives. But it's interruptions with the chemical equations. So it's like these compounds, it goes from one compound to another compound, and it fucks up balance a little bit. So, but you in control of this balance. Even if we in America, we go to war with them niggas just by grounding, because we connect the parallels. Feel me? Like, but the thing is, you just can't be just doing that shit. You feel me? Like, niggas start unlocking powers and shit, bro. Y'all can't just be doing shit like just to be doing it. Like, you was chosen to do this shit, right? It's really kind of like not even you being chosen. Like, you just, you always wondered. You was tired of shit, and you got down, just started listening. Because the shit that had you fucked up in the game, you wasn't listening to that voice. Now you starting to realize who is you as an input and an output. But you also have to realize the enemy. Because when you know thyself, you know thy energy. And certain shit just really ain't true. So let's get back on point though. Every family that's tied to these Hague countries, eugenics. Like, eugenics. And what are they doing with these uh these little shots that they're giving out to people at the energy spirit harnessing centers, like the bars and shit. They're giving shots of liquor. You know these little liquor shots they giving out. Like, that's part of the eugenics program. Like, the little video I have is talks about Peter Alias or some shit. Yeah, that shit even tied to P Diddy through that organization with the weed. Like, shit's like, that's why they getting hit, cause motherfuckers know that shit. Like, nobody gives a fuck about y'all no more. You feel me? Like, I'm saying, like, yeah, your little fans do. I'm saying, like, niggas around you that know the truth and don't get down that way. Like, y'all niggas done for. Like, they got more in your head than you think they do. Especially if they smart and got nuts. You feel me? Like, like, the only way you can redeem yourself is actually helping. But if you're not attacking these companies, my guy, to take them out, you're attacking them to make a face. Like, you're doing something good, but you're invested in with these companies and you're not doing shit about it. You're actually like helping them. So it's like, this is the shit I'm saying. The same shit can just happen and repeat, bro. Like, y'all getting happy as shit. Like, oh yeah, it's about to be a change. Yeah, it's gonna be a change, but it's like, it's gonna be niggas on the same shit, bro. This is how this shit happened. Y'all have to realize this is a fucking cycle, bro. This is a cycle. A cycle. A cycle. Everything goes around, comes back around. It is a cycle, yo. It's a cycle. Like, we been here this whole fucking time, bro. Like, I'm not even saying that shit like I'm scared, but like, this shit kind of like crazy though, cause it's like, it ties back like, who the fuck am I? You feel me? Like, you feel me? Nigga, I be feeling like a king on this land. Like, I'm supposed to be, nigga. And I'm sitting here like, where the fuck my people at? I'm realizing nature And beings too, especially in other realms. That's why you might be fucking around with certain trees or start fucking with them more that's around you. Because in the dream realm, that's who you be talking to sometimes. Especially if you go to a whole nother realm and look like the same area, it's just a different state. Yeah, bro. All this shit about to break down. Like, all this shit really didn't happen not long ago at all. It's just the fact we're in a cycle. Might have happened about 33 times. 36 times. Like, I know I made this about Roman too. So I gotta realize to understand, you have to use numerology when they use these time dates, dealing with the ADs, the the AD, the centuries. When you see the TH, that just stands for thermohydraulic. Dealing with preparation H, like Dr. Evil said. Um, Ties to the DEA device, which is tied to the moon, but it was one in the ground in Antarctica, and that's the one they fucked with, but they wasn't supposed to fuck with it. Ooh, that's a beautiful eagle. Oh, is that an eagle? No, ain't no fucking eagle. Hell. Yeah, they interrupt. I forgot what I was. This cycle shit, man, is really going down. So use like the centuries, all that extra shit. It ties back down to the time we in. So if you come up with a 5 or a 6, it's talking about this time. It don't matter how far you went back. They always align with each other, because that's when they always uh, attacked. They always attack when you about to unlock. Okay? Because once you start remembering, because they don't want you to unlock past the regular sun phase, which is a G2. But how they tell us is a G2, but in reality is a G4. I think that's why Notre Dame was on that 4 shit, because in reality that 4 is that 12. That 12 is a 3. Feel me? That 12 is a 3. And that 3 represents trinities, the pyramid. That's why they be trying to do shit in 3s, 4s. Because that 4 is just part of a 3. It's like trinity. Alright, so thing about these Romans, bro, since they have family with the people with supposedly, but the whole time the Eastern Empire is just their family. So they got certain niggas holding certain stuff all around. You feel me? all around. They got different little empires that got taken, but it's still family. It ain't our family. It's their family. And when it even goes back to this clone shit, that's why they trying to pass this shit now, bro. Because if you realize these clones walk amongst us, and it's like, that's what I be saying, like, is we supposed to kick niggas off? Or are we supposed to, like, just share? Because the sharing shit is just gonna leave this planet unbalanced. Because, I mean, you could say that's a loving thing to do, but not dropping the frequency. That's not love. Because it could be love for out of something else or for somebody else, but it's not love for you anymore. And it drops. But, like, this cycle shit, bro. All I'm saying is I don't trust none of this shit that's going on. Just because of what history showed me. Low key, yeah, it's lies, but also it's only it's just been misunderstood. It wasn't comprehending. So now that we comprehending, we're getting somewhere. Because it's still going off the same story. But off the same story, I'm seeing the same shit that's going on. So it's like reading the energy right now. You feel me? It's a hot planet. It's really a tropical planet. Like the East Coast is all types of subtropical zones and shit, and they turn most of the East Coast to cities and shit. Shit, all subtropical zones. So when it be cold, it's like, what the fuck is this supposed to be like? Somewhere in goddamn the Bahamas, nigga. Like, mountains, all types of shit. Like, this is how you know it's about us. Cause like, who the fuck would try to run some shit, but you're destroying the shit while you're running it? Like, that's not even smart for a person that's trying to keep it long term. You know, it's not smart at all. Like, even if you was trying to fuck with people, like, that's how you know it's still is a part of our connectivity still. That's why they want to burn trees and shit. It's giving out air. You feel me? Air for us to breathe too. And then it makes them do insurance claims and all this extra shit. Cause most of that land don't even be really owned. It's you're not even supposed to sell land. There's family ties to that shit, and it's our shit still. That's why you gotta take control of that name, your bank account. You feel me? You letting the enemy run that shit, and they scamming you. It's time to take our shit back, cause they're gonna keep doing this shit, bro. Like, I don't. It's like to the point. It's like is this realm set up like that? Or is a manipulation to keep this shit like a prism? Cause it's like the Matrix, bro. Like, I know niggas be like, you just no, bro. Like, it's like, this shit low key kind of like on some whole other shit, bro. And it's like, yeah, you be awakened. It's like the whole world has to be awakened. You feel me? Like, this shit, the whole world has to be enlightened for this shit to really work, bro. Because it's like, yeah, you enlightened. But what happened to all the enlightened ones? They just it was like, I got executed, or were they really enlightened? Because it's like all these symbols and shit be teaching you about light, the cycle. And once you peep the cycle is you, it's like some ascended master shit. So it's like, where did these niggas go? That's what I'm saying. Like, they would have learned how to live forever. It's like you got some fallen ones that's still doing it. So where the fuck is everybody else at? And then I look around of the awakening, and I'll be like, it's us. But there's still some fallen ones operating. Like, in the ones that's not awakened. You don't even have to be like fully like on like some shit I'm saying. Your heart just has to be pure. That ties into your awakening. The heart, the pureness of the heart. Because that comes from the soul. And that's something you realign with. Bro, is my dick shining? What the hell? That junk shining like hell, boy. And I got black shorts on. But anyways, that's some weird ass shit. But anyways, it's like, goddamn, I love gold. Like that ass, there's nothing right here. I see ash. I don't see that. Nothing is able to reflect like that. But my dick, I guess. See, because I feel like the penis, right? Pause. But the penis, I feel like, is connected to the pineal. You feel me? Like, on some above, below type shit. You feel me? And the balls is kind of like left and the right brain. You feel me? On some whole other shit. So, like, I don't know who's on here, but yeah, bro. I'm rambling right now because it's like we is fucking in a loop, bro. And this shit is like a prism. And it's like I'm awakened to this shit. So it's like, yeah, the Matrix, whatever, like, this shit is bad, bro. This shit is bad, bro. Like, cause a lot of people saying, yeah, this is gonna be a great thing. But when you peep their energy, it be the same thing and repeat. Like, it be the same thing and repeat. Like, be the same thing and repeat. You gotta watch people's hearts. Everybody might do a good thing. You gotta have a pure heart. Cause like I believe in fucking zombies and all this extra shit. And niggas talking about this shit can't happen. Nigga, the shit already fucking happened. It's throwing me off right now. That is October 4th. Oh, the October 4th shit, right? And when it goes back to my theories and shit, how I be trying to say is June. September was June. And it started, okay? And I think that's tying back to a lunar calendar that no one can explain. I could explain that shit. It's either the lunar, I've been calling it the solar / lunar type shit. Really, I call it the sun cycle shit. You feel me? Because it's 3 months for 4 alternates dealing with 2 parallels dealing with the spiritual and the physical. That deals with the number 9, right? But this 12, you feel me? Kind of like your zodiacs and then Orion. It's just always a +1 most of the time. That 4 actually represents a 12 though, and that 12 represents another trinity of, you feel me? Because the trinities is like when binaries come together and denote a higher energy, just like the Kachina, red sun, blue Kachina come together, creates a purple UV. UV is a word for delta, denotes a new energy. So I'm not just making up shit. So that explains the trinities, your DNA, because it's really it's like it's like uh it's like the thing at the hospital when it go beep beep beep. All right, so you turn that upwards, hot dog style. No, like yeah, just like your phone style. You turn that upwards, not sideways, and that's really how your DNA be, right? So you got 1, 2, and then because it's one starting from the left of the brain and one starting to the right, down to the solar plexus. I mean down to the root. So down to your feet, really, from your crown to your feet. So as that crosses, it makes vortexes, and the vortexes make like diamonds. You feel me? It makes diamond energy, especially when they start forming back there and shit. So like when that shit start forming back together, because your cells aren't supposed to die out like they tell you to do, or just like how they say when you smoke weed, your cells die out. That's tying down to the food and how you mentally have attachment to your soul that's not really of you. So that's when it seems like more of a battle because it might bring you to your heart space, and then you might be back out into the root when you're not high no more. Really, that's what drugs do. Natural weed do that. It will do that though if you like attach to fear, anxiety, all this extra shit. So then when you smoke and it interacts with your cells, because all it's doing is reproducing your cell even more, just um like the sun, like how the sun is doing cellular subdivision right now. So weed being more of a herb has properties that's that's tied to you dealing with carbon and hydrogen, some more shit. Especially a plant still gonna give you air. It's just when you're smoking the wrong. I mean, when you eating shit is trying to eat that shit up, and then you got parasites from that food. Is like interacting with those cells. You feel me? So it's like it's a it's like a no thyself herb. It's a chakra herb. Just look at the colors of it. It got different rainbow type colors. The purple color only comes from a certain lighting that's hitting it. You feel me? It doesn't really make it extravagant. It just helps it to do certain things. Like it deals with anxiety and shit. So it helps the brain a little more. And the stomach. Help you relax when you get to the purple. But a lot of this Zod shit be a lot of sativa shit. So it like help you think a little more. Be in that space. But a lot of y'all, some people might need some some lower type shit, cause that Zod might fuck around and get the fucking with your shit, cause it's not made for that. It's made for higher thinking type shit. But I don't like a lot of these Zods because that seemed like some shit that was created in the taste. I don't like smoking different weed with the same taste. I like different weed to be different weed. Fuck y'all niggas be smoking. But like, yeah, them Zods be straight, but like, niggas, no. You need that fruity snacks. You feel me? It's supposed to taste like fruit. Weed is supposed to taste like fruit. So you wouldn't need no fucking wraps, fucking flavor wraps and shit, cause the weed was already the weed. Niggas saying this Zaw shit is the flavor it's supposed to be. No, bro. I don't know what the fuck that new Zaw shit is, bro. Like, and then it be the shit niggas call Zaw. Be short for exotic though. But niggas don't even use it for exotic. Like, that shit. Some of that shit, bro. This true weed, natural weed tastes like fruit. Even in the paper, that bitch gonna taste like fruit. You feel me? Fruit. Cause I remember I smoked some burp the first time, some haze when I was younger. I never got strep throat again. Kinda did, but I realized from that time it was mucus being built up that dries up probably when you sleep, mouth all open and shit. But where's that coming from? The foods again. Feel me? A lot of the smoking shit really don't even do as much. It does it when you interact with the food, cause they gotta get you to do 2 out of 3 at least, 2 out of 3, and they fucking with you. Really, 1 out of 3. It's gonna invite that too. Yeah, bro. This 6D shit is almost done with. 72 illumination. That's half of 144. What's half of 72 though? 36. What's half of 36? The 18th. Um, what's half of 18? 9. What's half of 9? 4.5. What's half of 4.5, 2.14. I mean 2.125. Hold on. I lost my track. I lost my track. Oh, 4.5. Yeah, it'll be 2.25. So boom. 2.259. Still. Um the West is in the 9. It deals with the 27, which is a 72 in the flip. 27 plus 27 is 54. 54 is kind of like southeast. It's 144 is supposed to be the Pacific. That's it. That's why I be saying that map is for the sunspots, not to navigate. I mean, you can low-key navigate it. Actually, it kind of is still to navigate, but not the way to navigate you think it is. It's a quantum thing with that the map they show us. So it's like if 144 is in the Pacific, and then the U.S. is supposedly in the middle, and then you get to the other side of the U.S., and you at 46 and 48 for the Atlantic. How does that even match up if you was to draw a circle and make it like a compass 0 through 60? So it's like the coordinates is given, but you have to match them up yourself. And I low-key haven't done it yet. But I know it's bright. Because it's like, if you think about it, like the Indian Ocean by India and shit, that shit ties down to 72 and 77. But if you peep game, 72 and 77 is half of 144. So on a scale, would you go left to right to get the 144? Or would you go from 144 down? Because 144 is not even half of 360. Half of 360 is got like 175. But that's close enough though. So it's like that's a split. But it's like we're in the east, really, in reality, if you count it that way, and then it goes west. Hold on. No. I said that right. It's like a reverse type thing. Like, we not really the west. It's like we really the east. And the north ain't really the north. It's the south. The coordinates is there, but we have to line them out. And a lot of shit comes when the lion's mouth. So it's like October 4th is Independence Day. And I haven't really heard too much about October 4th, but like 3, I think. But like, it got me thinking October 4th is Independence Day. Because it goes back to July 4th, the 4th of July. some shit's gonna pop off in the sky for sure. Then it goes on, because it's like we still in July. This is October. Going into October is the month of July in reality. So it's like the Lionsgate portal, but it's one of the four beasts. You know, the lion was just one of the heads. Feel me? But the thing is, this time is denoting an energy of 2,000 hertz, but it's tying to the shit that happened 2,000 years ago, or in other words, 200 years ago, or in other words, 20 years ago, or in other words, years ago. Or you could say 2 million years ago. It's the same shit, okay? Because even if they're gonna plot it around the same time, and the DNA is awakening to the shit that's going on during that energy, they're trying to block that shit. They go to war with us every time that shit happen. You need to be fasting. It all makes sense. Do your best to stay in heart space. That's part of your shadow work. But if you know shit don't really keep you peace or give you peace, then why would you even allow it to interrupt your peace? That's when that shit you gotta just not fuck with no more. It's an interruption of your peace, especially if it don't serve you. But like, I don't. I feel like a lot of this shit can really happen, bro. Like the dreams I used to have, kind of, sort of, be like the ones I'm saying, like remember type shit. Cause the other ones just come through as wishing if I let it. But most of it is is gonna. It's like how you even go outside. Fucking this shit's amazing, but it's still like fucked up. Cause it's like we still connected, and that's the thing. Everyone's been connected this whole time. It's just when you don't know how. Yeah, I tell them we have amazing consciousness. How the fuck do you gonna be able to manipulate our soul or DNA unless our energy was taught? They've been going across the solar system fucking this shit up so they can do shit like this, you feel me? And it's happening to us. I'm worried about the shit that's going down here, bro. Yeah, if our people is advanced up there, they handling it. But it's like if the same shit is going on and the fuck's been getting handled. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is like a prism, bro. And once you awaken yourself, they say you can leave this jump. Where the fuck to go? So we keep coming back. But it's like, is it a earth? Because people want to stay here and fix the shit, or just enjoy this little realm, like, because other be tied to this realm. So it's like I'm worried about shit going on down here, bro. And shit, it's like we really about to go. We been back in future, meaning we already been there. Can't go back somewhere you ain't been. Fuck. can't go back somewhere you have not been. Shit's getting weird, bro. I was having memory with somebody that I know I didn't fucking chill with. And I'm sitting there like, how do I have a memory of me of you laying in the bed and shit? And I knew it wasn't a dream, it was a memory. Like, this is where I know you. I'm sitting there like, oh, this shit's weird. Right? But then I had to go back to what I was saying about the 6D and the timeline of the hertz. Because remember, time is measurement of the energy. And what's the energy? The frequency. The hertz coming off the sun, the frequent megahertz. It's just different measurements. Like megahertz, you could just say 2, but that means 2,000 hertz. Okay? So, like, the frequency coming off the sun is tied to the frequency of your DNA, because what is your DNA tied to the sun? You should be sharing energies. Okay? So that's how it ties to the manipulation to the moon, because the moon, the manipulation backside of the sun, is manipulating the trinity of the sun. That's why masculine, feminine, it just controls the water and the ground more where we at. And the sun deals more with the air and the atoms in the air. What creates the air, but the air deals with all the other elements to even be fire. Like fire with no oxygen goes out, needs air. Air is just water in a different state. You know what I mean? All it's different states of the atom, of the cell. And you have this inside and outside of you. It's the inputs and outputs to your musical body. Harmonic frequencies that's coming off the sun could put you into a timeline of things that happen. Really, the frequency of you put you to that timeline so you can see. Like, it ain't like you astro projecting, like time traveling, but really your DNA is just amazing. So it's like, this shit is like saying your conscious right now, even if you be going back and forth and shit. But at the end of the day, right now, you think you're in 2023. So this got me thinking something happened at a. See, that's some whole other shit. But anyways, 2023 is going to tie to some shit, right? Dealing, cause it's like 2023 for in 2024. That shit ties to like a marker. It's like a checkpoint being as 2023 or 2024. The shit gonna skip to 2070, and like a lot of people's not going to fucking know. But the thing is, they're gonna line the news up and everything going on around the world to the year 2050, 60, 70. So whatever the fuck they were talking at one point, like 2 years ago, talking like, yeah, this is gonna happen. They were lining it up that they were like say 1777. They were lining it up with some shit like that. And 1777 is then the D, the fifth dimension scale. Okay, which ties from 600s, 1800s, all the way up to like, you feel me? Then the six, like the 18s, the 1890 going up, like traveling shit. And then it's dealing with our DNA too, but it's like they don't want you. They need your DNA locked while this shit on, so they can manipulate your ass while you keep coming back, and coming. Like this shit crazy, bro. It's the point. Like, you like unplug from the matrix and plug back in type shit. Like shit's weird, bro. It's like niggas that ass get plugged in and plugged out. Like not even just like that. You go to sleep, you can get your downloads, all that shit. If you ask yourself what you want to know, type shit, and you wake up and go with the intuition, and then it's like you going with that shit. It's like boom, 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 boom. But like the intuition really is more from a clear mind. A clear mind state comes from clearing attachments. It clears out your chakras, so the awarenesses work. But the awarenesses just creates intuition. What's the thing about your memory, dealing with left and right? A lot of your subconscious comes from a lot of yours also, and from your DNA, from your X gene. A lot of the shit that you already fucking know. That's why a lot of women dream way more than dudes, I feel like. But their attachment to dealing with everything that falls under anxiety, that's the blockage. And even if they didn't have that, the food see to do that shit. Attack you mentally, they don't attack you physically. But if you know yourself, you know how to get yourself right mentally, physically. If you've been young at this point, Colin Combat, he fighting his soul, and him that got brought back, fighting him. Like, came to, but yeah, there's like an eternal thing going on. Low key and too. So inputs and outputs. But we definitely like in a this is kinda like prison to a certain extent. Like what you keep like saying like something fucking happened and whatever happened going to be revealed. Okay? I repeat, something happened. Something happened and whatever happened to be revealed. Okay? Whatever happened is going to be revealed. And as we literally in here, we're going back to the future. Okay? We went We're literally going back to the future, okay? It's gonna be a lot of changes, y'all. A lot of changes. But know thyself to operate through change. So I mean, use the change, energy, changing the movements for better improvement. That's just what we do. At least try to. Going back to the future, y'all. It's 5D settled, but 6D is settling. Everything happens. We in the Middle Ages. Times like that beforehand and times like that after. They're going to try to match it up with that timeline. because there's still a lot of fear that's attached to these timelines. You have to remove it from self and soul because it's not of you. It's a spell. Blocks your awareness. And what is your awareness? Awareness is your connectivities, your signals. I just say, I'll take care of yourself, take care of them babies. No, I ain't really done the best, but my kids still respect me. Not unlike some evil type shit. They can really come to me and talk to me about anything. And it's like, I understand them. So it's like, yeah, I'm their dad or whatever, but I look at them as my like little brother and sister too. Not saying I'm gonna try to get them and I'm gonna be like the good brother or sister. Like, because they like my little homies. You feel me? So it's like, we got a good relationship, but like, it's just certain things that's gonna be going on around this world. Shit's gonna get weird. So I'm telling you what's going on and why it's happening so soon. Time only, like, you know your days and shit? You know them days you be having? Your time is only speeding up because the atoms around you is getting charged. The state of matter is speeding up. You know, like solid, liquid, gas. As from a solid, it speeds up to a faster vibration to the liquid, then it goes to a faster one, the gas, then it goes into a higher one, the plasma. That's why they have to use high jet fuels to do what they do with the mixtures. It's a war strategy. That's why they use the Air Force to do it. And they drop all types of shit, and then it falls in state. And as it falls in state, it changes its chemical compound. That's why it was cold as fuck on the East Coast when it was just hot. Nigga, the whole East Coast is a tropic zone from what you guys told us. So, like, why the fuck y'all niggas trying to make something cold? When you're trying to make something cold, you're blocking off a signal. Or at least trying to. But my people woke. We could just put our feet in the ground and raise the awareness back to nature. Even it could get us sick, but you know, if we eating right, it ain't. Be attracted to shit that's in your body too. So like, and then a lot of it's cooking with the sun. My ass barely grow hair. Like, this is why you be shaving. Nah, nigga. I don't be cutting myself neither. It's from work on my old job. It's fiberglass rods and shit. I feel like them fuck niggas some orcs too. Man, I don't fuck with them. Shit. It's like I'm just in that bitch just, my shit going bing, bing, bing. Like, what the fuck, bro? I gotta get the fuck out of here. Then I had some gematria about some whole other shit about a new job. And I'm like, fuck these jobs. Because that's really how I fucked up. They would find my name in the DMV. Like, I didn't know I was goddamn pulled out. So it's like somebody did some shit to my shit, and I'm going to find out, cause that's pretty much saying like you dead. Shorty was looking at me like, what the hell? And this shit been like that pretty much since the pandemic, cause I couldn't get no ID, so I was hurt. And then I tried to do the unemployment shit, couldn't get that shit. Low key found out they got some bread for me now, but I only got a letter saying that they switched payment cards. Like the shit used to go to my ex house, but I don't. I got an email talking about that shit. So I'm saying like, what the fuck? But there's some bans on that bitch though. Like I just never used it. I ain't even have no ID. Like I'm locked out of my whole Gmail with my name on it. Like the Gmail with my name on it, I can't even get in. Like shit crazy. So it's like since the pandemic, like I've been like getting spiritually attacked. And once I sat down after all the hurt, it's like my grandma died. Someone I thought that was my wife lost her through the bullshit too. And it's like I just started learning. And it's like I remember I was crying like literally every day. It's to the point Shorty was trying to talk to me and I couldn't even, I wanted to, but it's like my soul wasn't letting me. The shit hurt. Which ended up being a reflection. So like I was crying all the way from like September, like around this time, to like then something changed in me. I ain't I ain't really want to eat. Like it's kind of like I didn't have no appetite for the foods. And I wasn't sick with like COVID or nothing, but I still didn't have no appetite. I was eating all that shit, and at that time I was starting to gain weight. So I started realizing my metabolism started slowing down. And that's really how you gain weight. But what is metabolism doing? It's breaking down your foods, then transferring it energy. So like, if your shit not breaking down shit, that shit clogging up shit. You feel me? So it's like, I was like, I was kind of like good. It's like, I guess I was still cool off the food that I was ate 2 or 3 days ago. Feel me? So then, now that I'm like how I'm saying that shit sound nasty. Cause I ain't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just talking out loud. So like, I just ended up eating fruit. So I was like, my ex did like taro or something, but she ain't never do that shit around me. Cause at that time I was like, I don't fuck with that shit. And then I was like, if I do, it gotta be from a good-hearted person. Like, other than that, I'm good. So when we broke up, she kind of did it, and she told me something about the temple, how the temple the body, whoop de whoop. Then it was some other shit. It was the same card for her. It was like a little dark cloud, more other shit. So I started seeing what the fuck was going on. But something in my head used to tell me when I was a kid, somebody used to be like, they eat fruit in heaven. So for some reason, from me being a kid growing up, that's all I was thinking. But I feel like fruit is a star fruit. But like, yeah. Anyways, but heaven can be a consciousness type shit too. So it's like I started eating fruit, and when I was like, I can't really eat vegetables, so I wasn't really liking plain vegetables like that. And I mean, I knew how to cook, but I wasn't applying myself for the cook. And I just started eating fruits. I didn't eat nothing else. I was the only person walking around saying I'm a fruitarian. I was saying that shit as a joke. You feel me? Find out the shit actually was on the right shit. So I was getting caught with the energy, and then some more other shit happened when I ascended. Then I got attacked on the physical. Shit was crazy. And I just been on point. I ain't really been fully on. I've been still. Everybody's still healing. Like we all still. Feel me? All I'm saying is, do not doubt the shit that's going on. I need you to fast. I need you to fast. I need you to fast. Break away from this shit. This UV is going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. You thinking it's going to get cold because you feel a little cold, but you have to realize cold comes from heat. It's just chemicals. And it's like that's why it feels like helium type cold, defrost type cold. Be having the shit and be needing a defrost. Niggas making crystals. Nigga, you don't be seeing these little particles just flying around and it look like mist, rain. The whole time is going different ways. Nigga, it's sparks. Like, it's going different ways. So it's like a raindrop bouncing off each other. It's like fucking with the atoms in the air. And you can see the little bites fucking with the atoms. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah, the atoms be fucking these little microbots, whatever, or the water bears. They be got um biting the cells in the air. You feel me? They're literally biting the cells in the air like they would be biting your body. And that shit just like makes it even better. I mean, not even better, but you can see that shit because it's like it's not falling straight down. It's moving around as it's in the air. You know what I'm talking about? It'll be them. If you next time you see it raining, just focus your eyes straight. Don't look up and focus, unless you on some whole other shit trying to send energy to the sky so it can clear out. Because all it is, you sending plasma to the sky just like the sun would. Like on states of matter, I practice that shit uh, more on a higher state of matter. Like say solids and stuff. I haven't really practiced with solids like that. I practice with water and air, and a little bit with fire. Like fire really doesn't burn. You feel me? You gotta get to a clean state, and physically and mentally, you have to perceive fire as you working together as one. Because once you perceive it, they know you perceive it that way. It's like part of you. Mhm. But you can also test it because the fire is kind of like the sun too. You feel me? Dealing with heat, it can kind of unlock you too when uh, you may not see any sun around. You lose some fire. You got different eyes. It needs some heat most of the time. Because this new cloud shit bringing the cold now. Because there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of rebirth energy going on right now. Right? Summertime. So it's energy for growth. Fall is until January. And then it ends in March. But on the Gregorian calendar set, that's being set to some whole other shit. these holidays between now and the month I told you October is, which is July, peep game. And if you want to go a little further, peep the same date, but put it in January, April, and July to match up with October. My matchup from the nonsense I heard, not nonsense, but stuff I didn't really hear too much about October 4th, but they saying shit's supposed to be going down. Government shutdown. Sounds like Independence Day, the movie, on the real Independence Day, October 4th. So, there's a lot of shit going on. The day you really need to pay attention to is November. I mean, this whole month is for like 4 out of 5 weeks. This is 5 weeks of shit going on, and then it's going to pop off. Because it's popping off around the hertz, the higher hertz, the future consciousness hertz. Because memory is about to be activated. But at the same time, 6 ether genetics is about to be activated, dealing with animals and shit. That's why they had to use the animal shit. The V2, that charge, is going to activate 6 ether genetics. Meaning the hertz matching the year that we in, 2023. The scale of the hertz coming off the sun being 2000 is going to match with the DNA. So if our DNA think we in 2023 right now, it's about to skip the goddamn 2060, nigga. You sitting there like, how is the DNA going to remember that? It's going to remember that because we going back to the future, bro. We been in a fucking prison, a fucking loop, quantum cycles, bro. Battling this whole time. You might even see different selves of us, and like it's natural fucking clones out this bitch of us, and then it's fucking clones that is just real life clones. But anything that they made like that came from something that was done naturally. Like genetics naturally cloning, so like with your kids, all types of shit. And eventually down the line, it might be another person that pop up looking smack like you. You feel me? I'm just saying, like, we really time traveling, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep saying this shit, bro. I'm probably gonna say this shit all day, nigga. Not even my bad for the language. Cause this shit really going on, bro. And niggas, people gonna be tripping out. But they know this shit going on. It's just, I never heard nobody else speak about it. The only person I feel like that was hitting it or trying to introduce it was probably Rashad Jamal. Just the cycle. That's what I'm saying. Free that man, bro. Y'all on some bullshit. Niggas already learning about the cycle, nigga. So you about to try to lock up millions of people? Y'all trying to take him as dead or some shit? Nigga. The fuck? Y'all just goofy. Like, it's over. Like, the thing about the other family, they kind of go off of honor, you feel me? Y'all niggas tripping. Maybe I should. Anyways. This shit crazy, dog. Like, I really see this shit for what it is. And it's like, I try to tell people, maybe future subscribers or something like that, try to tell y'all the best way I can at the time. I mean, I probably could make it more structured by this. really get blackballed, bro. I saw some shit said 34,000 different people that's not even subscribed came to my channel. So it was like, I'm really getting balled. But I know a lot of my videos have bad quality. And then I just be getting off topic sometimes. They be mentally prepare yourself for this. They're trying to get to the consciousness of you and this physical and spiritual one body. Some Roman Empire shit. Wherever we going, we'll see what up. It's just already done seen it before. Don't repeat the same shit over and over again. Do that. That never does anything. Peace.